Good morning. Good morning. Merry Christmas. It's a beautiful time of year. 22 years ago on this day, my first child was due. Not born, but due. And 22 years ago from tomorrow evening, I was standing, participating in a Christmas Eve candlelight service at Unity Church in Albuquerque, New Mexico, going, this child's never coming out. I have never given birth to this child. I read all the books, I looked for all the signs, I had none of them. I didn't quite grasp that being tall kind of helps that process, gives everything a little bit more room to, relax. But I was at that candlelight service thinking, okay, so how long is it before they have to take drastic action to get this child out of me? And I'm lighting the candles, and every now and then Greg's voice will pipe in, and we light this candle for the disciple of Bartholomew, and then just enough for me to be able to light that candle, and then my head starts going again, and okay, so God, when is this child coming out? So then, a day and a half later, at 6:39 a.m. on December 26th, because somebody didn't want to share a birthday, Rosalie was born. It was wonderful. Don't remember a lot else about that Christmas, but going to Blockbuster Video on Christmas Day, going, we might as well get a lot of movies, because we'll have lots of time. And I wonder, as a mom, what Mary must have felt as she was on her donkey traveling. She didn't have any books that she could read to prepare her for what was coming, and they were basically fleeing from King Herod, who had malintentions for their child. Joseph had had a dream. An angel had come to him in a dream and told him what Herod was planning, and to get Mary out of there and to safety. Just like Mary had a dream that she was going to give birth to the Messiah, to the Savior, whatever that meant in her mind at the time. I'm not sure she put a lot of definition on that. She just knew she had a big job to do. And did she know, while she was traveling on that donkey, that she was going to be giving birth in a stable? She probably didn't, and that was probably a good thing. Because maybe her mind would go, really? I'm traveling all this way to give birth next to cows? Honestly? I grew up in Iowa. We went to my grandparents' farm several times a year, and I'm pretty sure I would not want to have given birth in a stable. But when you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice, right? Joseph didn't have a cell phone with an Airbnb app that could find out what exactly was open, since all the inns were not. No Groupon, nothing. They just went by faith. And as they traveled, knowing that they were really running from something, couldn't have been easy. I'm not sure if Joseph shared that with Mary. Did she know that he knew that? I imagine, part of it was a census, right? They were returning to their home of origin to be counted as part of the census. So maybe that's the story he gave her so that she could remain calm during the ride. She was 13, right? Giving birth to a child, and I don't know about you when you were 13 years old, but I was not quite as present and calm as Mary seems to be in all the stories that we know about her. I was twice her age when I gave birth the first time, and I was not present for a Christmas Eve candlelight service. I'm not sure I could have been present for hundreds of miles on a donkey. And those things can go pretty fast, I looked up online, and donkeys can gallop 45 miles an hour. But I imagine with a pregnant teenager on its back. It was not galloping very fast. Just kind of trotting along, trudging away, going to their destination. So, what would it take for two people in a volatile situation to keep their presence and their calm during that time? Maybe it helped that they both had angels coming and telling them things. That doesn't happen to me very often, so I have to do that for myself, and I think that's really what the message is for us. That we find our own calm. In unity, we believe that the second coming of Jesus, of that Christ presence, is in and through each one of us collectively. Which means each and every one of us has our part to do to tap into that and make it a present, conscious practice. So, what if, for this week ahead, just for a week, we can go back to our old ways if we want to next week, but for this week, when we've got all this going on, a Christmas celebration and that energy coming in to support us at this Christmas time, what if for this week we make the commitment to choose love in every situation? To choose to tap into that loving energy that is a little bit thicker and stronger this time of year. Some of that energy is to prepare us for the new year. And some of it is there to help us finish the things that need to be finished for 2018, not just wrapping presents, but forgiveness work, releasing what we need to release from 2018. We had our 7 Steps class for that, and we've got our Burning Bowl ceremony to represent letting go of 2018 and completing that work. But in the meantime, what about choosing love? What would it be like if we chose love in every situation? When we chose love, when we're wrapping Christmas presents at the last minute, we go, okay, wait, let me breathe. Let me tap into that loving presence within me, within this universe that we're swimming in like fish in water, all around us. What if I tap into that love right now and wrap this present with love? What if I'm at that Christmas gathering and really just want to hang out with the people that I like, but inevitably the people we don't want to talk to always come up and want to talk? Right? Can't hide behind the curtain, right? So what if in those moments we tap into that loving presence? We just say, what if I just choose love? When my kids were younger and they would argue, and there were some days I just didn't want to deal with that, I would just tell them, if it's not broken or bleeding, I don't want to hear about it. And, so when we're dealing with those people in our lives that we'd rather not deal with, we're not being hurt. There's nothing that can hurt us. There's nothing that can harm us. So what if we just tap into those moments of love, with love? When we touch in with that experience of love within us, then it's so much easier to let go of those little things, those things that cause us to worry or feel anxious, those things that bother us, those things that we hold on to, thinking that we're protecting ourselves, but really we're keeping ourselves from expanding that loving presence within us. But when we actively choose love, we're lifted, we're expanded a little bit, and those things are easier to deal with. Our foundation is stronger, and so those things can just move right on by. Kristen Neff is a psychologist. I believe she's a psychologist. She's a researcher, a teacher of mindful self-compassion. I've mentioned her before. And in her research on self-compassion, she has found that when we tap into, and when we show gentle touch to ourselves, to another person, it stimulates that soothing mechanism that we have built into our mind-body system. And so when we have that intention of love, our minds and bodies can't help but to relax and expand. We do an exercise that she talks about a lot here when we were touching our hearts during meditation, which we do a lot. We're tapping into that physiological soothing mechanism that we have in our mind-body system. We are wired to love. We are wired to love. We are wired to expand. But we have to tap into it. That's ours. That's our journey to Bethlehem. It's right inside. Choosing love no matter what. Choosing presence no matter what. Choosing peace no matter what. So I invite you right now to put your hand on your heart again. We're going to do this exercise that Kristen F. talks about. And she said it's not just about touching, it's about touching with the intention to love. So say something loving within yourself that helps you to tap into love. Like maybe just as simple as I love you. Or maybe I am in love. Love is in me. Just feel that love. As you do that, feel your muscles relax. Maybe your breathing slows. And as we relax like that, if we take that psychological study and we expand that to the spiritual reality that exists, we know that as we expand, as we relax, we expand our presence, we expand our awareness. We open to that divine flow of energy coming through us that heals, that guides, and that comforts us. Who wouldn't want to tap into that all the time? Feel that love and breathe it in. And let's keep going with this. Let's take another part of our bodies. I invite you to put your hands on your laps right now. So we can't always put our hands on our hearts. Somebody might think we're up to something. Or that they need to call 911. So we could do this anytime, anywhere. So put your hands on your laps and just give it a gentle squeeze. Even just a little slight pressure, but with that intention of loving. That intention of being in love. Saying to yourself, I just love you. Just love you. Feel the soothingness of that. Maybe it's stronger than when your hand was on your heart. Maybe it's not as strong, but feel that love no matter what. Feel it anyway. And now choose another body part to hold and feel that love. We're testing the validity of this, just to feel that, just for you, so that you know the truth of that experience. Just give it yourself a little squeeze with the intention of love. And feel how that just continues to soothe your mind-body system. How easy would this be this week to do this anytime you think about it, anytime you need it? You can be with any person on this planet, and I mean any person, for those of you who watch the news. And you can tap into this and touch it and just squeeze a little part of yourself and say, love, I'm just choosing love right now. If there's something for me to do, then that expansion that comes from this loving presence within me will guide me to that action. Just like it did for Mary and Joseph in the midst of being tracked by King Herod. They knew that there was a plan for them. They knew that they were about something bigger than what was happening in the world. There was a hustle and bustle going on then too, with all the census taking place and people traveling and having to put their lives on hold. And they just knew, I'm just about love. I'm just about doing what I was told to do. There's a plan for me. There's a plan for this baby coming into this world, and all I have to do is keep moving forward. And that's so true for each one of us. And maybe we're not going to give birth to a Jesus, but we're giving birth to that Christ presence within us. We're growing it every time we tap into it, and that's very, very, very important to our planet. The beautiful thing about that Christmas Eve candlelight service that's happening tomorrow night is the outer experience of when each one of us holds a light, how that light grows and fills the room. And that's just with candles. And that energy of that loving presence of the universe that comes through us individually is way stronger and brighter than a candlelight. And it does a lot more good, and it lasts a lot longer. We have a mission. We have a mission to grow that love. So let's make this week about choosing love in every situation. Choosing love every moment. Choosing love when it's hard to choose love, because nothing's going to hurt us. We're going to be okay. There's no king after our firstborn coming after us. It's just us and our ability to choose love no matter what, and how it lifts us and helps us let go of what we need to let go of anyway. Helps us reach out and touch others in ways we want to anyway. To lift them, to support them. Because we're good people and that's what we want to do. And that's the most beautiful Christmas gift we could give ourselves. The people around us, our country, our world. Is to tap into that love that the birth of Jesus helped land on our planet. That he helped teach us and demonstrate for us throughout his life. And now it's our turn. It's our turn to give birth to that light. And we do that consciously by choice. Angels in our dreams or no angels in our dreams, we do that. So one more time, let's tap into that love. I invite you to place your hand wherever you know you're going to feel that love the most. To feel that comfort, that soothing, relaxing, expanding presence within you that exists. Again, it's like we're fish in water with this beautiful light and love of divine energy that holds this universe together. Then say your statement of love within yourself. I am in love. Love is in me. And it does nothing but grow me to share that love. There's an infinite supply of that love, and when I feel there's not, I just need to remember to tap into that love within my heart. I am love. Every cell in my body is in that love. The energy all around me that sustains me, that is my consciousness, is that love. And again, let us see this love, move it into those times with friends and family, those moments we're by ourselves this week. Just filling it with that loving light. And just like Mary and Joseph, who kept their focus on their mission of love, that no matter who, no matter where, when, why, how, they kept on track with that love. And that is our commitment for this week, to do this more than ever, more than we've ever done before, to choose love. And to see how that changes us. By the end of our week, we can look back and see how that made a difference to us. And thank you, God, for this opportunity to tap into love. Thank you for the awareness to do it. Thank you for the strength and the wisdom to do it. And thank you for the ability to be more conscious of love. Take another deep breath, breathing in that love. And we say thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. I invite you to take a deep breath, breathing in that Christmas energy. Feeling the peace, the richness of that presence that we feel this time of year. Sometimes that presence pushes us hard, sometimes it really slows us down so that we're able to feel that great peace, that celebration of something big. Like many historical moments, the birth of Jesus brought into our world a new light, a new energy of love. year we've chosen to celebrate that gift of love. That universal love made manifest in our world to teach us how to be our own vessel of love and light. Any moment we can tap into that love simply by having the intention to do so. With just a gentle touch on our own arm, touching our hearts. With that intention to feel that love, we can. We feel it soothe our minds and bodies. And in that soothing, we expand. I invite you right now to place your hand on your heart and have that intention of love, to tap into it, to feel it, to breathe it. Just breathe that love. Feel how it relaxes your body. It slows down your mind just a little bit. And feel that expansion of your own space all around you. Into that Christmas love, and we expand that feeling of peace, of presence, of love to our week ahead. Maybe we have lots of gatherings we'll be attending in our own home or others' homes. Maybe we'll be spending the week quietly with ourselves. Whatever we're doing right now, we expand this love, this loving intention to those times and places that those people will be with. We tap into those moments of love that we know are coming. We see ourselves in those moments with that intention of love, being present and conscious, being present and aware of that love. Maybe we'll remind ourselves, oh yes, here's that love that we talked about. Here it is, I feel it, I see it, I smile with it, I share it. Christmas time without difficult people to deal with, whether in stores or on the road or in our extended circles. And we feel this presence and this love in those moments as well. We breathe with it. into it, we smile with it. Love is always the answer. Love is always the answer. And maybe love guides us to act. But we do so with that love. The love that was so beautifully demonstrated over and over and over again by Jesus' birth, His life, His transition into that universal presence, filled with love every moment. We say, thank you, God. Thank you for this gift of love. This gift of love that came into our planet, represented by Jesus Christ. His birth, His life, His transition. Thank you that He showed us that no matter what, no matter where, no matter when, no matter with whom, we can tap into that love. And we make a commitment to do so this week. Over and over and over again, to tap into this love. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And so it is.